You've been on the top of the music charts for 45 years. What is your secret? What can you tell us? How did you stay there for so long? What do you think is your secret?
That's a good question. That's a good question. What is my secret? I guess it's God's blessing. I don't know. Um, I try to keep putting out music that has a message, a good message, relevant message, and I think maybe that's part of the secret. It's trying to
Mm-hmm.
stay relevant and inspirational.
Right. Wow. Do you feel that your music has changed over the last 45 years?
Not really.
Not
Not
really.
really.
Is
If you have a good menu, a good recipe for something, stick with it. It's fine.
right.
Yeah, the
Has
sound has
society
changed
changed though? Has like society changed in any way that you need to adapt to it?
for sure. That's for sure. That has changed. But doesn't mean that you have to change your what works for you. It's just I think what's changed in the music business is maybe the music is a little bit more fresh as opposed to 30 years ago, 35 years ago. The sound is better. The arrangements are more punchy and exciting, but the overall basis has remained and should remain the same.
Interesting. Um, Tell us a little about how you got into your career. Like, how did it start? Did you always think that you'd be a singer?
No,
No,
no.
no.
Like most singers would probably say the same thing. Yeah, to be a singer, never dreamed about it. I only sang in the shower or whatever, Never,
Well,
never.
I noticed you singing when you were putting on your computer and you were getting like nervous with the computer technical stuff. You were singing. That was calming you, I guess.
Whenever you're nervous, hum a tune. It calms you
Yeah.
down.
Well,
Um,
I don't know. I don't sing when I get nervous.
it's it's better than taking a pill, let me tell you.
Right. Right.
Um, I just loved singing. I was a little kid, and I was singing all the time. I think I was born singing. But
Wow.
around our Shabbos table in my parents' home, singing was very important to my parents, and those who were our neighbors knew that Shabbos, by the Shabbos table, from the Freed family, there was what to hear.
Right.
Beautiful, beautiful singing of Shabbat songs. Um, as a kid, I was part of the choir in my yeshiva, and I became one of the star soloists.
Uh-huh.
And then my voice changed, as most voices do when you reach a certain age. And I figured, okay, that's it. We're done with that. It was a nice little dream. But then someplace down the line, I figured, you know what? Let me give it another shot and see what happens. And the biggest motivation was because every Shabbos, I would stand by the Lubavitcher Rebbe when he would speak for hours and hours, and he had such beautiful things that he said, such like such uplifting messages and positive messages. And I said to myself, maybe I could put some of these ideas into song
Hmm.
and get it out to the world because the world needs to hear these beautiful messages of hope and what it means to have a neshama, to have a soul, what it means to be a Jew, and what we hope for and pray for. And I remember hearing from the Rebbe the line where he would say very often that when Mashiach comes, he would say it in Yiddish, "Dish kein ein Yid bet bleiben in Golas." To me, that translated as "No Jew will be left behind," and
Hmm.
the rest is history.
Of course, that's one of your famous songs for those who don't know.
That was the
Yeah.
first. That was the first.
Wow.
That was the title of my first CD in 19. But it wasn't CDs yet. But in
Yeah.
1980, 81, that was my first release.
Wow. So do you look at your singing as like a calling or as a livelihood or both?
Calling first, livelihood close second.
Okay. And what do you mean by that? Like, in what way is it a calling?
Oh, I think that music is such a powerful tool to reach people, to connect with people, to inspire, to uplift, to motivate. I am blown away by the fact that when I think about it, I could write a book about messages from people who have told me how the music has changed their lives. That's the most drastic level. Then there are people who say to me, I'm
Wow.
driving in the car in the morning and I'm, hearing your music and I get a good inspiration. So it doesn't have to be from, only people who
Mm.
have to be totally changed. Even those who are driving in the car and they're inspired, and they make a good, good decision to do something good that day or something, or very powerful. Music is, especially today for the youth.
Why do
Today's
you
music.
think that is? Like, why is music so and it's true. I mean, you unify such diverse crowds of people, from such spectrums. So how is it that music has that power? Like, why is it?
If you're lucky and you're blessed with the opportunity to sing, and you can touch someone's soul, that's the secret.
Mhm,
You get past the body, you get past all the blockades, and you touch something in the listener's soul that makes a difference.
mhm,
And I think that's the beauty of Hasidic music. A lot of music today that kids listen to are body, speaking to the
mhm,
body music. We try to bring music that speaks to the soul. Starting with the
mhm.
body, you want to dance, fine, you can dance. I got good dance songs, but the
Right.
message is about getting closer to God, feeling connected to something spiritual, something higher, and it's an amazing godly gift. Imagine music. Imagine a world without music. That would be a nightmare.
Mhm.
That would be terrible.
Right.